Hey guys, welcome back to another edition of my video game pickups. This is a new shelf I built, mostly for games. So at the top I have my NES, PS1. These are all Super Nintendo games that I have to reorganize. There's some in the back there. I've already shown all these on video. More Super Nintendo, N64. NES, Genesis, more Super Nintendo, a bunch of handheld systems, Genesis, Super Nintendo, Super Famicom, GameCube, Retro Duo, and I have some boxes. Also over here there's more Super Nintendo games I need to organize, as well as Super Famicom. And over here we have these systems are pretty much the same. I'm using a different Super Nintendo. I'm using a really yellow one, mainly because like this one's nice and gray, but the power thing on the back is kind of weird. So like, if you like, even if you gently touch the console, it'll like turn off. So it's like really annoying. Over here we got some more modern systems: Wii U, Xbox One, 360. This is new. I picked this up recently, Sega Dreamcast. I've always wanted a Dreamcast, and I got it for, I think it was like $40, so good deal. And I also picked up an Atari 2600. I'm just waiting for a power supply to come in the mail so I can try it out and test it. And now for the games. Okay, so this is going to be a long video. I picked up a ton of stuff since the last one, and not only did I pick up a ton of stuff, I got some pretty damn sick finds here. Some really rare games. So first, actually I wouldn't say really rare, but they're worth a lot. First, I guess we'll go over my Dreamcast games. First we have Sonic Adventure. Not a huge fan of the modern Sonic games, but I don't know, it's alright. And Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 2. Classic Tony Hawk game. Those are the only two Dreamcast games that I actually physically own. Next we have the Super Retro Advance Adapter. This is really neat. So you can put this in your Super Nintendo, and using an AV cable you can play Game Boy Advance games on Super Nintendo. So it's like a built-in emulator. So it's pretty neat. I showed off the Genesis adapter in an earlier video. It's kind of like that. Next, the one and only Genesis game that I picked up, Altered Beast. It's kind of a bad game, but I have fond memories of it as a child. I believe it was a launch title and a pack-in game. I decided to pick that up. And also the only GameCube game that I picked up, Legend of Zelda 4 Sword Adventures. I picked this up to add to my Zelda collection. I've never played this game before. Looking forward to getting around to it. Unfortunately, it's a player's choice, which kind of sucks, but I mean, it's GameCube, so I'm not too concerned. That's my one and only GameCube game because I don't collect for it. What should we go over next? How about these Atari games? So these are the games I picked up when I bought my Atari. We got Berserk, and like I said, I haven't been able to test my Atari, so I haven't played these. I assume they all work. So we got Berserk, Miss Pac-Man, and Space Invaders. Those are three good titles, I believe, for a starter. N64, we got three games. We got one that's common, one that's uncommon, and one that's kind of rare. So first we have Quake, which is the common game. Quake 2 is a lot better, at least on N64. I hear Quake 1 is a good game, but this port is kind of bad. I played it for a little bit. Even on the easiest difficulty, it's insanely difficult. I got my ass handed to me. Yeah, it's really, really hard. Next, we have Earthworm Jim 3D. I was looking for this game forever. I had this game as a kid, but I think like I lost it or something when I was moving, which really sucks because I actually kind of like this game. A lot of people don't like it. I think it's alright. Developed by Rockstar Games, which is pretty interesting. I think it was developed by Rockstar, or published. Anyways, it's Earthworm Jim, but 3D. Kind of like Banjo-Kazooie and Mario 64, that kind of thing. I like it. It's funny. And lastly, to complete my Mario Party 64 set, we have Mario Party 3, which is the last one I needed. Unfortunately, the shell is a bit yellow, but I'm pretty happy I found this. And don't worry about the permanent marker. A lot of people probably want to kill me for writing on these expensive games, but that comes off real easy with a magic eraser. And plus, I don't plan on getting rid of these. These are for like my own personal collection, just so I have them all, like, you know, on my shelf so I can see what they are. Because N64 games don't have labels, and it really sucks. Let's do NES. So we got 4 NES games. 2 of them are pretty good. Well, actually, all of them are pretty good. First, we have Kirby's Adventure. It's a terrific Kirby game. I believe it was released near the end of the NES lifespan, so the graphics in this are really good. Sounds really good. Has a save battery to save your progress. Really good game. I'm just about beaten it already. Next, we have a repro. This is Super Mario Bros. 2, but it's not the American Super Mario Bros. 2, it's the Super Famicom version. Basically the Lost Levels. That's what this is on a NES cart. Pretty neat. I really want to pick that up to add to my collection, even though it's not technically a licensed NES game. But I don't really collect for NES anyway. I just collect the games that I want to collect for it. Next, we have Mega Man 3. A great example of a series that I do want to collect for. I want to get all the Mega Man games. It just sucks that a lot of them are really pricey. So we got Mega Man 3. My favorite Mega Man game, I would say. That and 2 are my favorite. And we also have Mega Man 4, which is also a really good game. I forgot I had that sticker on there. I gotta remove that. This one doesn't have one. I gotta remove that. It's a good thing I did this video. I gotta be careful though that, like, I hate how they put stickers over the labels because I don't want to damage the labels, but I have a method to get rid of them without damaging it, so hopefully it goes well. So all I need for NES Mega Mans are Mega Man 1, 5, and 6, which are easily the most expensive ones, unfortunately. But anywho, let's move on to these boxes here. First, we have Donkey Kong Country 1, complete in box with manual. The box is kind of rough, but you know, it looks nice. Just mainly around the edges where it's a bit rough. Really neat. I'm not a big in-box collector, but if it's a game I really like or a series, I'll pick it up. And next, of course, we have Donkey Kong Country 2, which is one of my favorite games of all time, if not my most favorite game. Box, really good condition. The manual is in really good condition. And I'm really happy I have this. I just need Donkey Kong Country 3 complete in box. And I think that's as far as my box collection is going to go. Unless I happen to find a Zombies Ate My Neighbors complete in box. Other than that, I don't see myself going after them too much. And lastly, we have Legend of Zelda: Link to the Past. I almost shit my pants when I saw this. Complete in box. The manual is in like mint condition. It's like unbelievable how good condition it's in. I thought it was like fake at first, but it's real. So there's that. Also we have Mario is Missing. Yeah, don't ask. Decided to pick it up in box. So let's move on to my Super Nintendo games, shall we? There's a shit ton of them to go through. A lot of them are sports or kind of like, I don't know, shittier quality games, I think. Yeah. But we'll go through them. First, how about some repros? So first we have BS Zelda, Map 1 and 2. For those who don't know, BS stands for, well, it stands for bullshit, but it also stands for Broadcast Satellite. And this was a Famicom exclusive, where like they live broadcasted the game or something, and there was a certain attachment for the Super Famicom called the Satellaview or something, where you could play it for a certain amount of time at certain times of the day. It was kind of neat. North America never got it, but somebody took it and they put it on a ROM, and the gameplay is, it's basically the first Legend of Zelda but 16-bit, and there's some differences, layout differences and stuff, but it's pretty neat. I'm glad I picked it up. It's a nice little addition. Next, we have a game that I'm currently playing through, The Legend of Zelda: Parallel Worlds. The best Link to the Past ROM hack that I've played so far. Really enjoying it. I'm going to finish it soon, hopefully. And then I'll move on to this one, which is The Legend of Zelda: Goddess of Wisdom. Really love the label here. Really nice label. I should say these were made with donor carts. This one isn't. This one is a custom shell. In a way, I do like the donor carts because they feel more authentic, but at the same time, it sucks that somebody had to rip apart a legit game. And my last repro is Super Demo World. For those who don't know, Super Demo World is one of the best Super Mario World hacks out there. It's absolutely insane, 120 exits. I'm currently working through this as well. Really hard game. Alright, now let's go through these carts real quickly. I'm almost at 15 minutes already, I should probably hurry up. First we have Jeopardy! Deluxe Edition. It's Jeopardy! Clue. Not much I can say, it's Clue. Not really a big fan of that game. Pro Sport Hockey, another hockey game. I thought I had all the hockey games, but you know, just when you think you have them all, there's a ton more. Spider-Man and X-Men, Arcade's Revenge. LJN. That game actually isn't too bad, but it's really difficult. Tasmania. Pretty weird game. It's kind of like, I don't know if it's a racing game or what. It's kind of weird. I played it for a bit. I didn't really like it too much. Super Strike Eagle. Kind of like a flight simulator shooter. I had difficulties playing that game. I found it pretty hard and confusing. Wings 2 Aces High. I think that's like a World War II shooter. It's kind of neat. NBA Showdown, the worst basketball game I ever played, besides Bill Lambert's Combat Basketball, but I don't really count that. As far as like actual basketball, because Combat Basketball is a fictional thing, as far as basketball goes, this is easily the worst. I mean, it's like slow motion and everything. It's really bad. Mario's missing, as I showed earlier. The box is the game. It's an educational game, kind of like Mario's Time Machine. I think it's a bit better than Mario's Time Machine, but still, that's not really saying much. Super Bowling. It's a bowling game. Actually, not too bad. Same with this game, Super Tennis. Pretty good game. Not a huge tennis fan, but it's pretty fun. Desert Strike, Return to the Gulf. This game is actually really cool. It surprised me. I thought it was going to be terrible, but it's really neat. You're in a helicopter and you like have to blow up certain objectives, like enemy bases and stuff. It's pretty cool. Super Caesar's Palace. It's a casino game. Not really a big fan. Disney's Toy Story. Really good game. Surprised me as well. Really good graphics too. Some of the best graphics I've seen on Super Nintendo. Still looking for Disney's Aladdin. I'm not sure why I haven't found it yet. That game is supposed to be common. Maui Mallard in Cold Shadow. This game is actually pretty decent. It's a Disney game. Daffy Duck. Really neat. I have another Daffy Duck game here somewhere. Daffy Duck, the Marvin Missions. Sunsoft usually makes, you know, average to decent games, but that game is a real stinker. As well as this game, also by Sunsoft, Roadrunner's Death Valley Rally. I think the main problem with those games is that they're really difficult. And they don't really give you much time to learn. Next we have FIFA International Soccer, my first soccer game in my Super Nintendo library. Alright, now we're getting into the good stuff. Alright, Aero the Acrobat 2. It's a better game than the first game, but the first game, it has much more nostalgia value for me. There's a spin-off called Zero the Kamikaze Squirrel, and it's one of the most expensive Super Nintendo games. Hopefully I can find it for cheap someday, because I'm not going to pay $300 for it. Next, Axley, made by Konami. It's a space shooter, kinda. Once again, it's a good game, but it's way too hard. It'd be nice if I could beat the first stage in that. Next, we have F-Zero. This is the Player's Choice Edition, which really sucks. I hate the Player's Choice Super Nintendo games. So I'm going to have to find the original someday and sell off this one. Or maybe keep it, I don't know. This game is in really, really good condition. But yeah, it's F-Zero. It's a racing game. It's phenomenal. Really good. Okay, so these last three games are really pricey. Actually, last four. The fourth one's a big surprise. First, I'll show off this, I guess. This is Super Noah's Ark 3D. This is a reprinting by Pico Interactive, or Pico. I think it's Pico. Pico Interactive. Originally done by Wisdom Tree. Anybody who watches The Angry Video Game Nerd, you've probably seen this game. The shell is like a reproduction shell. And the actual game, it's basically a Wolfenstein 3D, but no violence. You put animals to sleep. Oh yeah, it comes with an instruction manual, which is actually kind of nice. They didn't have to include it, but it's nice. Oops. Nice little case for it too. Alright, here we go. We got 4 games left. I'll show them in order of rarity, I guess, or priciness. So first we have Super Metroid. One of the best Super Nintendo games of all time. Really, really good. I haven't beaten it. I've gotten, let's say, halfway through the game, and it's really good. Next, we have an RPG by Square. What could it be? Secret of Mana. Terrific game. I have the sequel on Super Famicom, but this is where it's at. I can't wait to play this. I haven't played it yet. Really good RPG, action RPG. Next, this is a really good find. This is one of the most priciest Mega Man games, and that would be Mega Man X2. So for Super Nintendo, I need X3 and 7, which are, let's say, roughly $50 more than this on average. But really good condition game. Label has some wear on the back, especially. That was me, actually, because I had to fucking pick off this really, really adhesive sticker off of that. And I'm lucky I got away with that. It could have done way more damage trying to get it off. But I hate when people do that. Stickers on like fucking games that are worth hundreds. It's just ridiculous. And lastly, we have the absolute motherlode, the holy grail of my Super Nintendo collection. We have Earthbound. And this is the real deal. I got it in this custom case. This is the real deal. I slapped the dust cover on that immediately. Really good condition cart. See, the number on the back is 40. Made in Mexico. Made in Mexico. You can't see because the camera won't focus, but it's the real deal. Haven't played it yet. Look forward to it. I just have a lot of games in my backlog I want to get through first. And yeah, that's it for this edition. Holy shit, lots of games. I'm probably gonna slack off for a bit. Maybe stick to like the sports games and the cheap $5 games. But anyways, thanks for watching this, and I hope you guys enjoyed it. I'll be back.